What's up guys, Csaba here from Game of Conversions, and welcome to another installment of my proven sales letter breakdown challenge that I'm doing. Today I got a real treat for you because this is from legendary copywriter Parris Lampropoulos, arguably one of the hardest to pronounce copywriters out there. He's still working, by the way. He's one of the best nowadays, let's say the newer wave A-list copywriters, and his style really is extremely powerful, extremely persuasive. With this breakdown, I want to dive deeper into some of his copywriting secrets. So this sales letter is actually really special because it doesn't have a headline. So think about it. The number one thing that you learn in copywriting is that you should have a headline, and this headline should be super powerful. It should have curiosity, benefits, tease a unique new mechanism or a new opportunity, something like that. But this doesn't have a headline. However, the cool thing about it is that it's about taxes. And the one thing that people really fear is the IRS or your local tax authority. So that whenever they get a letter, an official sounding letter, that it's related to your taxes, they're gonna open it and they're gonna read at least the first page of that letter, okay? And that's exactly what this promotion does. It opens up, as you can see, just like an official document. It says administrative offices, it says dispatch number, control number, caller ID, voucher, tax type, federal income. So since people are terrified of the IRS, they're always afraid that, they might have missed something, or if they have a business that they screwed up some way, shape or form, or that their accountants, don't really do a good job of this and they might have missed something and now they will pay the penalty for this. So the pain is real with that one. And Parris knew that, and probably that's the reason why he made the whole letter look like this, okay? It's just plain white letter with very official seeming fonts, and that's it. No fancy headline, no big promise or something like that at the beginning. So that's one of the key things. Now, before I move to the second key thing, one other very important thing is that if you're enjoying these videos, then please make sure to like this video as well, because that's how YouTube's algorithm finds out that this is a good video and it starts showing it to more and more people. So you can help me a lot to get these videos to more and more people who are interested in high quality direct response copywriting. If you like the video, if you comment under it with like your number one outcome that you took away from this video, or if you share it with others, you subscribe to my channel, all that good stuff. So please make sure to like the video and also subscribe if you're new to the channel, because I'm releasing these videos daily, and that way you'll be the first to know when I release a new one. So with that out of the way, the second big thing about this sales letter is that the lead, which is the first few hundred words of the sales letter, is very persuasive, because instead of just starting talking about very boring tax stuff, it starts with like a mini story of the world's best tax experts, getting together for a closed-door secret meeting. So it has this secret aspect to it, and we all know how important secrets are to like the beginnings of sales arguments or headlines or this lead as well. So whenever you can implement some type of secret, it's a great way to create more curiosity and even more desire for whatever you're trying to tell people about. So I'm just gonna read it to you, the first like one page or something, because it's very, very effective, and you'll see why in a minute. So it starts like this: Dear taxpayer, which is a very official greeting. We are contacting you because of the urgency of your tax situation. This gets right into it, and Joseph Sugarman, one of the most famous copywriters out there, said that your first sentence is very crucial because it starts people on that slippery slope, so that after they read your headline and subhead, the first sentence decide whether they're gonna read more or not. And I think that in this case, this sentence does a great job in doing that. So we are contacting you because of the urgency of your tax situation. At this point, people might start sweating. They will get the chills. It's like, oh my God, what did I mess up? That's what you want as a copywriter. Then we continue like this. The IRS Restructuring and Reform Act is now a distant memory, and Congress has focused its attention on other matters. As a result, the IRS has gone back to business as usual. In fact, tax preparers across the country report that the agency has resumed its oppression of taxpayers. So notice how Parris is describing a real pain that people have. For many Americans, this means that the coming tax season will be a nightmare. This agitates the pain. And then we get to the solution. However, thanks to the new information that has never been seen public, you can avoid IRS hassles while paying less income tax than ever before. What a cool solution that is teased, right? Here are the details. Recently, 26 of the nation's greatest tax experts got together in New York City for a private, closed-door meeting. So this acts kind of like a new opportunity, and it also validates some of our target audience's pre-existing beliefs, because they do believe inside that, there are these high-level tax people who know about the loopholes and the tax secrets and all the latest updates, and they're abusing it. And everybody believes this. It's just like the average Joe has no idea how to actually make this work for them. And that's what this whole promotion is about, to position Martin Edelston, who is the face, the brand of Boardroom, the company who this ad was written for, and establish him as this very friendly go-to guy who goes out in the world and collects the best secrets in all sorts of financial and health life, and then gives it to you in a very easy to understand and cheap and simple and very effective way. That's the main benefit with this. So we have this cool new opportunity tease that 26th of the nation's greatest tax experts met in secret. And then we continue. These experts aren't just your average CPAs. They're top guns who charge up to $350 an hour and more. So what this does, this builds up authority for them, and it also acts as a price anchor, because now you feel like, okay, so this type of knowledge is worth $350 an hour, so that eventually when the sales letter gets to the offer itself, it's gonna be obviously way, way, way less more expensive. In fact, the bonus that this is hyping, the bonus that this sales letter talks about is basically free if you get the subscription. And unfortunately, I don't have the entire sales letter. That's the problem. I could only get this. So I don't have the call to action on the end, but most of it is still here, and it's not a problem, because I want to cover the hook aspect of it and how Parris carefully built up big desire for this product in people with a bunch of cool fascinations. And I talked about fascinations before, and I'm also going to talk about in my next videos as well, but these are always crucial whenever you're trying to sell, especially an information product. So after it, we continue like this. They all took time out of their busy schedules to get together. Why? Because the information they exchanged at this secret meeting is helping them save fortunes for their clients. So here's the key benefit that you as the reader will get if you keep reading this. You will learn how to save fortunes on your taxes. And there's also a reason why behind why this information makes sense. It's because the reason why these accountants got together is because they want to save even more for their clients, because then they're going to make even more money. And then we continue. You see, it takes a gathering like this one to uncover all the loopholes in the new tax laws. These are loopholes that Congress never intended when they passed the laws. So once again, everybody believes that there are loopholes, especially in a super complicated system like taxes, and they want to profit for them. And they're loopholes that your accountant could never discover on his own, no matter how good he is. Now, this is a very smart move by Parris, because this is a preemptive objection handling. Because at this point, many people would think, okay, I mean, I get it. I know that there are tons of loopholes, but I'll just ask my accountant. They should know, right? Well, no. in order to counter this objection, he immediately follows up that these are like next level secrets, and like these have been created by the top guns of the accounting profession itself. So and then we have like the connecting idea between the lead and the product itself. So the connection goes like this. So that's where we at Boardroom/Bottomline Publishing come in. We talk to these experts. More importantly, they talk to us and only us. We take their tax-saving discoveries and advice and compile it into a private bulletin called Tax Hotline. So this is kind of like the transition between the hook and the product itself. And it's very clear. It basically says that our mission is to help you, dear reader. And I think it's very persuasive. So then finally, when we are introduced to the product, it goes like this. To introduce you to Tax Hotline, I'd like to send you a free copy of a confidential report called The Expert's Guide to Slashing Your Taxes. The Expert's Guide is a giant 72,000 word manual packed with hundreds of ways to slash your taxes and pocket thousands of extra dollars a year. For example, okay, so basically this is the beginning of the entire sales letter, and from here on out it's all about fascinations. Seriously, it's all about fascinations from here on out, so that we build more desire and more curiosity in people. But that's it, and you can still use the same formula even to this day. You have an interesting emotional hook that gets people right into the action, and it gets their juices flowing so that they actually pay attention, and then you transition from that hook into basically whatever you're offering. And if you can make it an irresistible offer, it's even better, because it's like, hey, it's free, you only have to like request for it, and you're gonna get all these cool benefits. And then the rest of the sales letter is all about benefits, all about opening these loops inside people's minds, and all about creating curiosity, so that the only way they can find out about these cool hacks, very powerful hacks, is to request for this free report. So why wouldn't they? It makes sense, right? Now, obviously, in order to really get this report, they have to subscribe to the newsletter, Tax Hotline, but it's like $49 a year or something. So think about it. Like, do you think with something like this, and do you think that people think that with something like this, a 72,000 word manual packed with all sorts of high-level tax hacks, they could save more than $50 a year? That is the cost of the subscription itself. Well, you bet, they definitely would. And that's why it's such a cool, powerful offer itself. And it showcases how you can be the best copywriter in the world if you want, but if your offer is not solid, if it's not something that people want or they see intrinsic value in, then your promotion is just not going to work. You need a good offer, you need a good list, so people that you're basically advertising to or sending this out to, and you need good copy. These are the three key things that Brian Kurtz, for example, one of the key people at this company, Boardroom, always talks about. So yeah, it's pretty powerful. And from here on out, it's Fascinations. And once again, I'm not going to dive deep into this, and I'm just going to read a few cool examples for you so that you get a better idea of what Fascinations actually are. But basically, they're these little bullets. As you can see, they're formatted as bullets as well, of very valuable information, which also has like a curiosity to it as well. So there's a benefit part, and there's a very strong curiosity, like teasing part to it. So for example, tax-free income, 21 kinds the IRS can't tax, page 7. So tax-free income, this is the benefit. The curiosity is like page 7. So there's no apparent direct call to like, hey, click here to find out more or something. It's just a quick tease. Or like, give money to your kid and deduct it as a bad loan. 100% legal. If you do this first. Page 84. So think about it. It's like, give money to your kids as a deduct it as a bad loan. So basically, you get free money, and we have an objection handling element as well, which says 100% legal. And then the curiosity element goes like, if you do this first. But what do you mean this? Like, what is this? Well, you have to you have to go to page 84 in order to find out. And obviously, the only way to go to page 84 is to basically buy the product. But that's what Fascinations do. And Parris Lampropoulos is a master of very, very powerful fascinations. And fun fact, he actually writes like 8 to 10 times more fascinations than they end up on the finished sales page itself. So think about this. Like if I start scrolling, as you can see, it's mostly fascinations everywhere. And think about it. He wrote 10 times more, and 9/10 of it were thrown away because they weren't good enough. And the way how you come up with fascinations is that you just simply read the book, and then whenever you notice something that's interesting, you create a fascination based on it, okay? And that's what basically, like it covers the whole book. It creates like a teaser, like a trailer for various aspects, various sentences or ideas that you can find in the book. And it's very, very, very powerful. And even to this day, every single good copywriting example, especially sales letters, have tons of fascinations because they create tons of desire and curiosity as well. So we have a list of 5 fascinations here, and then we get these little interjection elements. Okay, so get an interest-free loan from the IRS. So this highlights a specific opportunity here, and then we have like a little description of how you can get it with a call to action to like, hey, that's just one way to get interest-free cash. You'll find 2 others in your copy of the Expert's Guide to Slashing Your Taxes. To get your free copy, return the enclosed reply voucher. So yeah, it's that simple. And you can see from a structural point of view how simple in a sense this sales letter is, only from a structural point of view, but it's very, very hard to come up with copy so effective like this. It takes decades of training, but it's like you have the hook, you have the transition, you have your offer, you have fascinations, and then you have, like on each page, basically, you have a little highlighted fascination with a little description and a call to action and more fascinations. Then another highlighted little snippet with a call to action. I mean, this one doesn't have a call to action, but more fascinations. Highlighted, call to action, fascinations. Highlighted, no call to action, fascinations. Highlighted, call to action, fascinations. I'm sure you get the gist of it. So let's just see a few other like cool fascinations here. So use ordinary saving bonds as tax saving gimmick. Shrewd, very shrewd. Okay, this is interesting. Have dinner with your spouse and deduct it on your tax return. Legal. Clever way to make an IRS auditor close your case fast. Important, perfectly legal. So it's very notable how the word legal comes up many, many times, because I think it's an objection handling thing, because many people would think that, okay, but I'm afraid I don't want to get involved in all sorts of like these tax scams. What if, I don't know, the IRS finds me after 5 years or something like that? So I don't want to like risk it. But like Parris highlights how everything here is perfectly legal. Okay, so don't worry. And this obviously validates the credibility of the whole offer itself to whole new levels. Then we have like even more opportunities, you know, from problem to opportunity. Check this out. The stock market declines, which is normally a problem. For most people, bad news. But you use it to give yourself a tax-free retirement. How cool is that, right? It's really, really interesting, and it gets people reading this interjection as well. And the cool thing about these is that these are really valuable tips. So if you read this, like, you get very, very real and actionable tips on how you can improve your tax situation for free just by reading this. So after this, readers of this sales letter is gonna feel like, wow, if this guy, this Martin Edelston guy, who's the face of this brand, gave away so many cool tips just like that, like imagine what's inside the 72,000 word book. Wow. And it's free. Wow. I mean, it makes as an irresistible offer. And it's no wonder why this exact sales letter has been running for like, I think 5 or 7 years as a control for the company. So that meant that, you know, it pulled in so many sales, and nobody else, no other copywriter could beat it for like 5-6 years. That's a lot. That's pretty cool if you think about it. So then we have even more fascinations for various situations. And you know, the cool thing about fascinations is that you never actually know which one is going to, like a good bullet, which one is going to give the headshot to people, okay? So which one is going to knock them off the fence and make them feel like, okay, that's it. I want to get this book just to find out this one thing. You never know which bullet that is. So that's why it's a good idea to like use many bullets, dozens of them, and even have the same idea, the same outcome or lesson from the book rephrased as various types of bullets, okay? It's really powerful. So let's see a few examples. Give over $20,000 to your child, but pay no gift tax. Huge loophole. Page 25. Okay, you see the obvious benefit here, and you see the curiosity element to it as well. Computer software program that lowers your chance of an audit, available at most office supply stores. Page 4. Wow, I mean, you see the benefit, lowers your chance of an audit. Everybody wants that. And like available at most office supply stores. Like what? How come I don't know about this? That's what you want. That's a good curiosity element to it. Then we have another interjection. Claim your parents as dependents. So this qualifies people who are in very specific situations. If they are paying to like take care of their parents in like senior homes or something like that. So and once again, we get very incredibly valuable tips, like something that the reader can implement right away and make more than like $50 that probably the subscription costs back immediately, and even more bullets covering all sorts of situations. So like we have like deduct the cost of laundry and dry cleaning, legal, page 57. Wow. Sell your business at a profit and pay no capital gains tax, huge loophole, page 9. So once again, it's like if you're a businessman, you are in the situation that you want to sell your business. This alone might get you to get the book. This alone. But if you are, let's say, more senior, then you read this and then you're going to feel like, wow, I want to get this book because this says 72 years old and still contributing to IRA, legal. Okay, cool. Take early withdrawal from IRA, pay no taxes or penalties. So this has instant appeal, like need cash now? Here's how to get it from your IRA, tax and penalty free. What else do you want? This qualifies people for who like need money right now, okay, who are in financial trouble or something like that. And they're gonna get the book just so that they can find out the answer to this. It's pretty cool. And then we have even more value, and this basically this acts as demonstration, which is in itself a proof. And if you've watched my Gary Bencivenga videos before, do watch them if you haven't on the playlist. I'm gonna leave a link below this video with the whole proven sales letter breakdown playlist. But like Gary Bencivenga always talks about proof marketing and like how you should have as many types of proof as you can, because that's the best way to like convince people who are very skeptical, especially nowadays. So so, you know, demonstrating all these very valuable tips makes our reader think like, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. I better request his free report, right? And this in itself is a demonstration of the value of this book. Or like this one, you can't use bankruptcy to wipe out tax bill, right? That's what the IRS wants you to think. But take a look at this. Page 18. So like take a look at what? Wow, I want to know. It's very interesting. Double your tax deductions without spending a penny more than you do now. You know, once again, this creates a lot of desire. Like, wow, I want to get that. This stimulates our greed glands, as Gary Halbert would say. And then, you know, we have even more descriptions. Like this is a longer one, because just to like break up the monotony of the whole thing, and it's in red, as you can see. So basically you get like a cool value, more value here. And then Parris Lampropoulos goes on to say, you know, you're enjoying this? Like this is just the tip of the iceberg. That's because there are dozens of legal tax deductions that you've probably never heard of. You'll find them in your free report, The Expert's Guide to Slashing Your Taxes. Here's a sample of what you'll discover. And then you have even more cool bullets of like how you can deduct this and that. And then at the end we have like Over-the-counter medicines aren't deductible, right? Wrong. Legal way to write off aspirin, vitamins, and more. Much more in your free copy of the Expert's Guide to Slashing Your Taxes. So it's an irresistible offer. What more do you want? Like, take a look at this. Turn $20,000 into $58,000 and get 3 different tax write-offs at the same time. What else do you want to stimulate someone's greed glands? They're going to be salivating. And, this nice little hack, you can see it's specific. It has like very real things that even your your accountant doesn't even know about. And then more fascinations. Free money, yours for asking. I told you, it's basically like this whole offer. It's like, hey, reader, here's free money. You'd be crazy to reject this. You heard it right. It's true. Or like, how do you qualify for tax credits? Well, the new tax law provides so many of them, it's hard not to qualify. For example, and then this makes the reader feel like, wow, I didn't know that. So once again, it's something super valuable, and it makes them feel like, wow, if this is so valuable, how valuable can the book be? I gotta find out. 3 ways to deduct your vacations. Once again, this qualifies even more people. This qualifies people who go on a lot of vacations and they want to save money with that. So, and then we have call to action from a different angle. And then finally, in this swipe version, make your grandchild a tax-free millionaire. This is another huge opportunity. It talks about, how if you put money in a Roth IRA as a young person and then you don't put anything in it, then it's gonna compound with interest, and by their in an ideal case, when they're like 65, it's gonna be worth over $1 million. We've all seen these types of exponential growth curves for passive investment portfolios and for stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. And then we have more bullets regarding this. So yeah, this is how the sales letter actually is constructed. As you can see from a structural point of view, it's pretty straightforward. And notice how the entire sales letter is very, very easy to read. It's casual, it's friendly, and it's very helpful. So that's the key if you want to become a successful copywriter, or if you want your copy to convert well, is to act like a friendly person who is like just wants to help the reader. It doesn't want to like bash them over the head with an offer, a very direct offer. Sometimes that's good, but in these cases, especially if you're talking about taxes, which is more of a conservative topic, this is how you do it. And this is also how you sell a book or an information product. It can also be a course or coaching offer. It's like you describe all the cool things that are inside. So yeah. That's it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please make sure to like the video, to leave a comment with your number one lesson that you learned, and also subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more of these videos, and also click the little notification bell next to the subscribe button, because in that way, like whenever I release a new video, you'll get a little notification and you'll be the first to be able to watch it. So thank you so much for being with me on this one, and see you in the next one.